going there, guys? Dr. Philhot, and today I'm going to talk about NHL 17 beta or demo. So I know NHL 17 is about 10 months away from being announced, and NHL 16 hasn't even been released yet. But since this news that EA Sports gave to us about there being no demo for NHL 16 just because we got a beta, this brings the question up to me that will there be a demo or will there be a beta for NHL 17? So before giving my opinion for NHL 17, if I prefer having a beta or a demo, let's just break down the good and the bad of having a demo and a beta. So let's start off with the beta. So this is the first time in it's the first time in NHL history that EA Sports released a beta for an NHL game. Just because they brought back ESHL, which was one of the biggest game modes, not the biggest, but one of the biggest game modes in the NHL franchise, and they wanted to test it out. But what's good and what's bad about the beta? Let's start off with the bad. What's bad about a beta is that it doesn't last long. Like they said, EA Sports, it's only gonna last a week. You cannot keep it after it's done. And obviously there's some bugs and there's some glitches and there's stuff like that. And you can only do you can only play one single thing. And I'm talking about an NHL game. So for this, it's only ESHL. So you can only play ESHL. But on the other hand, we did get some trailers for other game modes. So another thing that's bad for the beta is the servers. The servers were pretty shitty for the first couple days, and it was kind of hectic getting the beta. For for me it was pretty easy, but for some other people it was pretty hectic getting the beta. And it wasn't actually released on, it was released on July 30th, but it kind of was released late at night other than being in the morning like it usually should. And I don't know if this is the full ESHL that we're trying out, but there's no drop in games. So I know I'm going into depth for NHL 16, but this is maybe not the fully for NHL 16, or if this is maybe fully what ESHL is, so no drop in games, but this is another bad for a beta. And now let's go look at some of the goods for the beta. Some of the goods for the beta is that we get to try it much earlier than the demo. So usually the demo from the past couple years or the past years, the demo would be released at the end of August. And if they continue this beta thing, we should maybe be seeing it maybe around end of July, beginning of August. If they continue doing this. Another good for the beta is we get it earlier. That means they have more time to fix it. There has been some bugs and some glitches on NHL 16 ESHL beta. Mostly the servers are just not the greatest, but that's just usually what it is for every beta. But other than that, the gameplay is, like, I'm not saying it's the greatest thing in the world, but it's still good. And it's still an upgrade from NHL 15. So even if there was major glitches and major bugs, they still have time to fix it. But there's some bugs here and there which we see every year in NHL games. Another good for the beta is that we get to play a different game mode from the demo. Because usually in the demo we would see Play Now, Hockey Ultimate Team, and some Free Skate. But in this beta, it's strictly for ESHL. So if they continue this beta, if they continue making betas, maybe every year is going to be a different game mode, or just, I don't know, stuff like that. Or maybe next year is going to be a gem beta, if they continue making it. So now let's go on to the demo, the good and the bad. Let's start off with the bad. The demo, it's always the same thing. There's nothing new. Last year, it was Play Now, I forget about it, but Hockey Ultimate Team was just a trailer. And then there was Free Skate. And the previous year before that, for NHL 14, it was Play Now, Hockey Ultimate Team, and then there was Free Skate. And it's usually the same thing every single year when a demo gets released. So there's nothing really new to it. So the only thing we can actually try for the demo that's new for the game is the gameplay wise. So if there's new skating engine, there's a new hitting engine, there's some new deeks and stuff like that. This is what we would get good out of the demo. I know I know I'm just talking about the bad, but that's just one of the bads. Another thing that's bad for the demo is, like I said for the beta, is that we would get it late August. So it would be late August, beginning of September, but knowing EA Sports, it's usually the last week of August, so before last week of August. So on that note, it wouldn't leave them that much time to fix stuff before the actual game comes out. So to actually make a good update. And now let's go look at some of the goods for the demo. Some of the goods for the demo is that you're guaranteed Play Now, Hockey Ultimate Team, and Free Skate. Hockey Ultimate Team, it varies every year, but usually demos for EA Sports, like I said, it's always Play Now from the 2 Stanley Cup finalist team in the 3rd period, and then it's always like that. You only get 1 period to play with the 2 Stanley Cup final team. You get Hockey Ultimate Team, which is sometime, last year wasn't there if I'm not mistaken, but the year before was there. And then you get Free Skate, which you can just, do whatever you want, test new deeks, and stuff like that. So it's good in a way. And then it's obviously we get to keep it longer than the beta. The beta is only a week long, and after that it goes away forever. As opposed to the demo, we get it, and then it's with us for like whatever time we want, so we can keep it till we die. Let's just say that. Like it's on our Xbox, it's on our PlayStation forever. There's no deleting it. So that is pretty much it for the goods and bads of the demo and beta. For me, my opinion, what do I prefer? Do I prefer the demo or the beta? Well, if I had to pick one, I would pick the demo, just because for this beta, it wasn't a really good start for EA Sports. It was good that they actually gave us a beta for ESHL, but the servers were bad. Just the game mode itself, the way they made it, there's no drop-in game, so you would have to join a club if you're, say if you don't have any friends online, you would have to join a club and then see if somebody's in the game. If somebody's in the game, you gotta leave the club, go find another club, or wait for the person to finish their game. And if there's nobody online that's on the club, then you can't play with anybody. So we'd have to leave the club and go find another club. So it's just pretty much in and out if you don't have any friends to play with, or if you don't have any friends to play online. For me, some days I had friends that I can play with because they were online, and some of the days it's just, there's nobody online, and then I'm just like, you know what, I just want to play alone for once. But then again, there's no drop-in games, so you just leave and join. It does take some time. It's a waste of time. What esports showed them from the beginning is that they should have added drop-in games in the ESHL beta, so it would have been much easier and much funner for all of us. And like I said, I wanted demo just because you can play Now and you can play Free Skate. So you can just hop into the game right away and you can play it. Obviously, it gets old really quick, but like I said, it's within 2 weeks from the game release. So you don't have to wait that long. So overall, my opinion, I say demo just because you're guaranteed these stuff. But then again, if EA Sports is going to continue making these betas, make it different every single year. So different game modes every single year. So hope you guys remember, please subscribe, and what do you guys think, demo or beta for NHL 17? Even though it's a year away, but it's still fun to speculate. So I'll see you guys next time, so bye bye.